pull that back a bit. Hang on a minute then. Bear with. Oh, wrong way. Bear with. And back. Good evening, friends. Now, that was pretty good for the normal level, but come on, there's so many wonderfully happy new faces. Let's give a big Littleport welcome to the world. Good evening, friends! Good evening and welcome to Littleport Christian Spiritualists, this fine, warm and sunny Thursday evening. Well, at least it's warm and sunny somewhere, if not right here. But thank you all for coming. For those familiar faces, I get in trouble for saying old faces. So familiar faces and new faces alike, welcome and do have a wonderful evening. If I haven't had chance to come and say hello to you already, I apologise, I just haven't seen you, but we do have tea, coffee and refreshments afterwards and a right good yarny chat. So come and say hello after the service. But a big welcome to you all and thank you for coming. And of course, a big welcome. She stood in at the last minute because of Anne Fordham, bless her, being preoccupied with poorliness, bless her heart. So do send your thoughts out to Anne. But give a big Littleport welcome to our medium, nay, our friend and family member, the wonderful Linda Rose. And of course, the advantage of saying someone's name is that you can't spell it wrong like I did last time she served us. I told you I'd get it in somehow. For those that have never met before, this is Littleport Christian Spiritualists. It's a mixture of spiritualism and pretty much everything else. Our main focus is mediumship on an evening like this. We do have philosophy, we do have healing, but the proof of survival and the continuation of life is the mainstay of what we do as spiritualists and what we do on a Thursday night. My name is Nick. I am your host, and should you need to evacuate the building, our exits are here, here, and through here. Yes, there really is an exit through the stage. Backstage left, for those that are theatrically inclined. We always open with an opening prayer, simple opening prayer. We always close with a simple closing prayer. But what I always say is the most important. Have fun, enjoy yourselves. We are serious when we need to be. But when we don't need to be, what's the point in being serious? So be uplifted, engage with each other. Obviously not while the medium's talking, because she just slapped me for suggesting that you do that. And she will probably slap me at some point tonight. Why? I said good evening to Linda Rose. Yeah, I did, didn't I? There you go. You see what it's going to be like tonight, don't you? Only if I'm naughty, I promise. But thank you all, of course, again for coming. Now, one word of caution. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, so please do not swear. Not that you would anyway, of course. But the camera doesn't turn away to the congregation, so don't worry, your identity is safe. It purely focuses on the front up here. We did have one of those tracking things, but I found that it's just started doing a bit of a wander of its own volition, so we did away with that. But of course, once again, tonight is about the proof of survival, upliftment, love, and spirit contact. So please, please do feel uplifted, and thank you all for coming. So let's begin, as ever, and as always, with our opening prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to bathe in the love and light of friendship that we can share in this place, to be aware of the truth that life is indeed eternal, and to come together in common cause and intent, that of love, of truth, and of light. And so as I place this service in your care and keeping, that is our aim. Amen. See, you might be further up the back near the radiator, but I can still hear you, so thank you, doll. And I've got further to walk tonight to show everyone Bully's special prize, so you're good for me exercise too. So friends, it is at this point in the service that I give our Reverend Alan, who's sitting at home watching sweetly in the background, the ride of his life and the worry, because we start off with what we call spiritualist philosophy, an address, and then follow it with a reading. But because we like to be different and awkward, rather than having the reading and the philosophy follow the philosophy follow the reading, and so it definitely ties in, we test the spirit by having the reading afterwards. And because he's up in Cleethorpes, I've got no idea what he's going to say. But the advantage to that is that I never have a clue what I'm going to say either anyway, so it doesn't make much difference. See, rather than stand here with something pre-written, as we've just actually been discussing, rather than having something pre-written or pre-planned that I believe that I want to say or would be important, I just allow those people that I work with in the world of spirit to say what they want to say, and then hope that their people have been talking to Alan's people and that they give him the right reading. I've never been proved wrong before, but there's always a possibility that if I talk it up too much, I'm in trouble. One of the most important things in this way of life, and we hear so many times that there is those priorities. We have as a way of life something called the 7 principles. Are they really important? Of course they're important, but are they the most important thing? Probably not. We have mediumship, which sets us apart from other ways of life. Is that the most important thing? Well, it's important, but probably not. One of the most important things about any church, any group, any community, is not the location in which it sits, not the building, the bricks, the mortar, it's the people. One of the most important things about a group of people coming together is how they interact, how they communicate. One of the things that spiritualists get in trouble for over and over and over again, which I will say is not true, as many of you will know, is that we are obsessed with those that have gone before us. And it's not true at all. We're obsessed with life. We're obsessed with living it. And so the priority in any group is working together in common cause and intent through kindness, compassion, and love. Last year, for example, I spent quite a bit of my time talking about the rules of being kind. And of course, when I walked into the One Stop this afternoon, somebody said, "Can I ask you what's written on your lapel badge?" Now, for those that know what it says on the badge, I was a little bit concerned about saying it in public, but do you know what? I did it anyway, so thanks, Esther. But it is the importance of being kind that matters to each and every one of us. And that is no different in any walk of life. But the community feel, the friendship, the kindness, the compassion that is part of any group gathering is the most important thing. Not all of the bits that come before it, not me standing up here talking, not saying the prayer. One of the most important parts of any spiritualist church is, as I was told when I first joined one at the tender age of 18 myself, cool, that was a few days ago, spirit ends with tea or coffee and definitely biscuits. Because it's that social bit at the end where everyone has a drink and a biscuit and a chat, where you learn so much about this way of life, where you learn so much about each other, and through doing so, you learn about yourself. And if we don't do that, my friends, the messages that we get from the world of spirit, proving that life is eternal, means nothing. Because if we cannot apply those lessons of love and compassion, of the fact that we haven't lost anybody really, that they all go on, what is the point of all that without a little bit of hope and compassion in this world? I could stand here and quote chapter and verse, week in, week out, and people would go to sleep. I could stand here and quote every single of the 7 principles, week in, week out, and people would go to sleep. I could stand here and tell you that mediumship is the way of proving life is eternal. With the greatest of respect to myself, I think anybody who's walked into this place not expecting mediumship and not knowing what it is, probably thought it was the bingo. And we have had that happen, to be fair. Anyone who comes into a place like this already has a clue that there'll be mediumship. It's in the name, mediumship service. What that is can sometimes be the difference, because everyone works differently and everyone uses that mediumship differently. I can't speak for everybody, and I can't speak for every organisation, group, centre or church, although the ones that I know, I can. Mediumship is about proving that we go on forever. Mediumship is about making us feel a little bit more comfortable in the knowledge that those that we love and thought we had lost are still watching over us, giving us grief, giving us hassle, taking the mick, but without doing something about that, without the kindness and compassion and community about living one's life here in the now. It's a waste of time. Today is the day before a 2-year anniversary of me losing someone important to me. In actual fact, someone who was important to this church. Tomorrow will be the 2nd anniversary of my dad passing. And it's been a tough week. I'm a medium, and I run a spiritualist church on your behalf, but it still hurts. But what I know is that those messages of love and compassion, of taking the mick, of winding up Barbara, of any medium coming in and spending about 45 minutes in the kitchen being told how to get home, even though they know the way. All those fun memories of all what that person did are the things that keep us going with humour and upliftment. And that is all that matters. Humour, upliftment, compassion. And remembering the people we care about. And also making the most of the people. That is the meaning of life, and that is definitely the meaning of what we do here. So God bless you all, and thank you for listening. And now comes the part in the evening where I start worrying and wondering if the reading's going to match up. We do have some, here I am, I've been, blowing it all up saying, it's all very perfectly normal, don't worry, if the curtains start twitching and the chairs start spinning, I'll be the first one out the door, don't panic. And now I'm going to tell you all that there's some magic words. But it's just so we can get a reading and so that we can wake him up, because he's probably nodded off. I'll be in trouble when he comes up. The magic words are, Reverend Alan, are you there? And so after 3, we will have our reading and say the magic words, 1, 2, 3. Reverend Alan, are you there?
Certainly, I'm Reverend Nick. Good evening, Littleport. Good evening, everybody online. I do have a reading, and I have read it before some time ago, and it's called The Man in the Glass. When you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or your mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts the most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. He is the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he is with you clear to the end, and you have passed your most difficult, dangerous test, if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you cheated the man in the glass. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Alan. Yes, absolutely, totally agree. I always worry when you do bring that one up because I worry that I'm going to start singing something like Looking at the Man in the Mirror, but I'll try and avoid that for the benefit of everyone's eardrums. Alan, thank you. What are you up to this week?
Hello? Are you still there? Can you hear me?
I am still here, Nick, but you're actually frozen.
Oh, hello. That's new. Can you hear me now? See me now? Hello? Oh dear, we are in trouble, aren't we? Well, thank you, Reverend Alan, anyway. I believe that it's Alan that's frozen, not us. But, ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Alan. If anyone's watching at home, please tell me that we're still broadcasting. Thank you very much. God bless you. Christine, thank you, darling. You can hear us right. Okay. Alan does live in the middle of nowhere, so probably it's just, he needs to feed the mice a little bit more so they can get the wheel turning. So, friends, now is the time in our service when we send out our healing thoughts to everyone who's sick and suffering. It is just like prayer. It's about sending love and good intent. I believe nowadays it's called, like that book in The Secret, sending out to the universe. We are just the same. It doesn't matter what you call it. The beginning and end of each week, there is a book here for you to write the names, just on this table here, to write the names of anyone you feel who is in need of upliftment and comfort. But most importantly, friends, the one that I say, Alan's back, the one that I say every week, and I mean it because it's important, ask for yourself. Always ask for yourself, because you need to allow yourself to be uplifted. And I think it's always a priority to ask for oneself, don't you, Linda? So don't forget to include yourself in all the names. In addition to the names that you consider, please consider the name Paul, my brother-in-law, who's a bit poorly at the moment. And of course, Anne Fordham and her hubby as well, please. But what we will do is we will have our healing prayer. We will have a few moments of silence where we consider those names and listen to a little bit of music, and then end with the word Amen. It's that simple, really. So let's join together and say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, here we bring unto you all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort, be they sick in mind, body, or spirit, that it may please thee to heal them. This we ask for those we know, for those we do not know, and those who have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Amen. Thank you, friends. So, 5 minutes ahead of schedule. You're all in for a treat tonight. Should Linda come to you, please answer in a clear voice, yes, no, or don't know. It's not necessarily because the spirit world needs to hear you, but everyone else is really, really nosy and wants to know what's going on. But please be uplifted by the next around about 55 minutes, which is something I rarely say. You are truly honoured. because I've usually gobbed off too much. But of course, friends, do have an uplifting time. Thank you once again all for coming out and supporting tonight. Hello? Daryl? Sorry? Your dogs are out running around the park, dear. Okay. So there we are. That's the first message channeled through. That's how it works. We have someone stand at the back of the hall with a phone, and they tell us what to say. I might be joking, but it kind of works like that. It's just that it's not a mobile phone. We use cups and string. It's cheaper. But no, please do send your love out to Linda tonight. She's a wonderful friend and member of this church, and we're truly honoured to have you serve us tonight. So, friends, give a big Littleport welcome and keep it going busy while I get the plugged in. Give you Linda Rose! Here you go, hopefully.
Okay, is that right?
Should be.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I know exactly where I'm going. I've sat there and there's this lady who's just making me shake. I'm coming to the lady at the back there in the white there, please. Is it all right if I work with you? Okay, this lady, she's quite excited to be here. She makes me feel as if she didn't make old bones. That means she's more of a younger person. If not, she's looking very young, very beautiful. This young lady who's here. I call her young and she quite likes that, so I feel that maybe she's a little bit older than what she's looking at the moment. I do feel with this lady there's a lot of excitement with her. I've got quite a petite lady. I know this lady likes what she's wearing. She wears nice clothes. I feel that if there was a ballroom, she'd be dancing, and I just know this lady loved life when she was on the earth plane. I'm going to ask you, because I look at your face, can you take this lady? Okay, all right, okay. As long as she will give you more information, but I know that she's coming in on a love link for yourself, you understand? She's not giving me the relationship, they don't always do, but I will give you what she gives me. Okay, she's taken me to this part of her, so I know that she would have had problems in this area. I'm not sure whether that's what she passed with, but I know that that's where it started, she's telling me. Okay, I also know with this lady that she did lose some weight. She makes me feel that she was a lot slimmer in the end before she passed. But nothing was going to stop her from living life, she tells me. Okay, I also feel I want to go to the voice box with her as well. So she makes me feel she was quite shaky before she passed as well. That's how she's making me feel. And even though there was a lot she wanted to say, because she wanted to put out her love for everybody, but she couldn't say what she wanted to say. And I feel that I'm really stuck here with what I would like to say. But I know that she loves you, okay? And that she tells me there's others around that she loves as well. So, sorry? Yes, that she loves as well. I can't even ask her to settle down in my energy, because I know she won't, because she's really quite excited to be here. She's coming in with, you need to be loving yourself, you understand? She's talking about the last 2 years where you've been judging you, and she said, stop doing that. She wants you to see how beautiful you are. And she says, you're not just beautiful on the outside, you're beautiful on the inside as well. She wants to bring in that child again for you. She wants you to go and have fun. She says you've lost all that. And she wants you to get life back in you. She wants to, and I'm not saying she wants to give you a little kick up the bottom, but she wants to give you a big hug. All right? There's a lot of love coming from this lady for you. All right. I know that she's saying that she does try and talk with you, okay? So I know that you have thoughts for her, is what she's saying. And she says that she knows, is what she's saying. She's not telling me what, but she's saying, I know. So much love coming from this lady. I will have to ask her to step back now because she's making me shake with excitement. So I don't know if she's been through for you before, but she's so excited to be here for you. All right? Because she wants to give you that message. Go back to being that child and love life and find that love within you. Thank you for working with me. Thank you.
I did top you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I won't tell you what I've done with the last one that you topped up. Oh gosh, I need to just settle down now, please. Thank you. Thank you, lovely. Thank you. May I come to the gentleman there who's got his hands crossed there? May I work with you, please? Okay. I have a gentleman that's here for you. Okay, I don't know where he comes in, but I know he's taller than yourself, he tells me. And I feel he's quite, probably as broad as you. I know he's a broad gentleman. I feel there must be a family link here, but I'm not sure whether it's a close link. It could be more an uncle than a fatherly link or a grandfatherly link, this gentleman. Okay, I just feel with this gentleman, I can see similarities within the face. Right, he takes me to his heart, so I know there would have been problems with his heart. He's not telling me that's how he passed, but he's talking about his heart. Okay, I know that I feel he's making me feel that he was, I want to say he was here 1 minute and gone the next, but he didn't. He lingered a little while before he passed, he's telling me. He's also saying that he didn't get to say goodbye because it was quite a shock for him, even though the people, the family members knew that the thing's not quite right with him. And I do feel, he's making me feel he was under, seeing somebody medical, whether it's for the heart, I'm not sure, but he was under either the doctors or the hospital. He tells me that's about a couple of years beforehand, on and off he's talking about. He's also talking to me, telling me about some problems he had down the lower region as well. But he doesn't want to talk about that because he says, I was a man and I was the man. He makes me feel that he was quite a hard gentleman when he was on the earth plane, but also he would have had a soft side if he took to you. Okay. He didn't take, come on, you have to bring that back. All right, I don't know anyway. He's given me half of a sentence. So, but what he's saying is that he did not. If somebody's tried to fool him, they wouldn't get away with it because there was quite an intelligence there with this gentleman. Okay, he makes me feel he was quite an introvert person as well, and he also makes me feel he had a hard life in his younger days, and he had to stick up for himself. Okay, he's making my neck go long, so I'm not sure what that means, but can you understand with yourself that there's problems with your neck here, please? Yeah, okay. And I don't know why he's brought that in, but as long as you can take that, then that's fine. He talks about your shoulders, and he talks about you having a weight on your shoulders, that you're taking the world. It's like you're taking the family on. Does that make sense to you? It makes me feel that you're you're a young man, but that you've got lots on your shoulders and lots of responsibilities, and you're taking on all these responsibilities for people. He's talking about you giving yourself a break. He's talking about you. He talks about you going introvert yourself, you understand, and he's talking about that being about that. He's shown me about 9 months with that. So I know there's a inwardness to yourself, okay? But it's like everybody's pulling your strings at the moment, and not only are they pulling your strings for help, they're actually, your patience is not so good, so you're getting a bit annoyed with people, and it's like they're pressing your buttons at the moment. This is to teach you some patience as well in life, okay? I'm going to say that there is love with this gentleman. He's just bringing in a lorry or something. I don't know if would have been a driver or something. I've got a big wheel with him, so he's bringing that in. And I feel as though I'm on top of the world when I'm in this lorry, because I can see everything. So I just give you that. I don't know if it's a memory link or that he's given me that, so I'm going to pass it on to you. He's certainly taken me to his tummy as well with him. I feel that there must have been quite a few things wrong with him, but he also makes me feel that the heart would have given in the end. All right, I'm going to leave you with this gentleman's love, and there is a lot of love, but he never showed it when he was on the earth plane. And he's saying sorry. You understand? He's saying sorry. Sorry he didn't show the love, and I think there's a lot of other things he's sorry for as well. Okay. But he's also saying it's molded you to who you are today. And like the lady on the end, it's about loving you, finding that love within you, and having respect for yourself. And this is what he's bringing to you. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. He's shown me a feather. So I don't know if you've seen feathers, but that's what he's shown me. And he says, that's to let you know that I'm around when you're really worried and you're stressed. I want you to keep yourself calm, find that inner love within yourself, and start saying no. It's the easiest word to say. And he knows a lot of people find it hard, but he did not. And he wants to put that onto you. Okay? Lots of love from this gentleman for you. There's a birthday in the next few days. You understand that? You take that. He's not saying whose, but he's just given a birthday in the next few days. And a dog. I can see a dog as well. Alright? Lots of love. Lots of love. Bless you. Bless you. I winked with 2 eyes then. Thank you for working me, lovely. Okay, can I consider a lady with this scarf on and glasses? Yes, you're going to me. Is it all right if I work with you? Okay, I have a gentleman for you. Sorry, I'll try and up my voice a bit. I have a gentleman here for you. This gentleman shows me he's very slim, okay, and he hasn't got much on top, he says. I know that he's quite a character as well in life. He was a character. All right, thank you. He makes me feel that he lost weight because he's showing me his trousers, so he would swizzle round in his trousers. I also feel with this gentleman that there's a lot of love come from this gentleman to yourself. He's not telling me the relationship, so it's for you to know. I do feel with this gentleman, he talks about his back. He makes me feel he was quite a tall gentleman. He's not giving me his height. I know I'm quite a tall gentleman. I'm probably, I would say, just slightly under 6 foot with him. I know that I would have had problems with my back. I know he's making me feel it would be through his gardening. He's showing me his gardening. Okay, he's digging. I don't know. It's his sense of humour coming in, because he's saying, I didn't put anybody under the patio, he's saying. All right, so this is his sense of humour coming in. But he's showing me he's digging potatoes for some unknown reason. I want to give you lots of potatoes. I feel as though we need to pump you out a little bit, I feel. Understand? He wants to give you a nourishing meal. You understand that? I have, what's that? Okay, thank you. I've got the name of Benny. Benny. Okay, just hold on to it, please, because that's the name I've got. They give me names. You will find it somewhere. Maybe this could be this gentleman's friends. Okay. Okay. So he talks about his weight loss. He's taking me to his belly button, so I'm not quite sure what he's showing me there. Whether it came out or went in, I don't know. But I have to give you what he's given me. But he is taking me to the belly button here. So I don't know if he had a strange belly button, whether he had a tattoo around it. I don't know. Whether it was pierced, I do not know. But he's taking me to the belly button, okay? He also, when we go from that, he's talking about you was his life. You understand? You was his flame. You're the one who kept him going. Okay? And all I can say is, I just feel with this gentleman, if you put him on the stage, he would be able to say, here I am. You understand? He just would, I'm not saying he was an actor, but he had confidence, I want to say. But he's saying you gave him that confidence. Okay? You were the fire stoker. He's talking about you were the fire stoker that brought the light within him. Okay. He's talking about a carnation, all right, and he's showing it on the lapel. He's showing me a carnation on the lapel. It's a white carnation, I do believe. I feel that's what I'm seeing is white. So I don't know if that's a memory link for you, but he's giving that to you. What else have we got? Another? I know he makes me feel that there are items that you have of his, and he also makes me feel that with these items that you there's something really special he's talking about. You understand? And he talks about that when you, I don't know whether you feel it or you see it or you wear it, but I know you feel very special and close to this gentleman when you have this very special thing with you. Okay, but he's not telling me what, so he's keeping it private. Okay. He talks about when he passed, before he passed, he was very thirsty. You understand the lips. He talks about his mouth being very dry. He's talking about, and he's also talking about the care that he had around him, and he's very grateful for it. I feel there must be a sister, but I feel the sister must not be living round here. I feel a sister is a distance away from this gentleman. And I feel that even now, I won't say his sister, I feel it's his sister, even now, she looks at lots of memories, and there's some emotion there that's coming with us, okay? And I know that she looks at lots of memories there. I feel there's also his sister is unwell as well. Okay, I feel that there's something not quite right there, and he's been round her just recently to look after her and support her. That's what's being said. All right. I've got to give you an anniversary around March time, please. Okay. Okay. He's talking about an anniversary March time. Okay, but I need you just leave it, because he's talking to me. All right. He talks about an anniversary. It's not a birthday. He talks about anniversary. I don't feel it's the anniversary of what you're thinking. It's a different type of anniversary. All right. Yeah. Lots of love coming from this gentleman to you. Okay. Somebody's calling the name out Ben. All right, so I've got to give you that name as well. Live with his love. Thank you. Thank you for working with me. Thank you. God, I've still got that lady on. She makes me feel what? Okay, where am I going now? What, somebody wants to have a dance or fight or something? Because I want to fight, actually. Okay. Gentleman there, with glasses on. May I work with you? I don't know if this is for you, but I just, okay, you have to cut it. So it's right for work with you, yes? Yes? Okay. It's nice to hear your voice. Thank you. Just seeing who's here for you. I have a lady here for you. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the person who wants to fight, but I have a lady here for you. I would say this lady's probably about here on me, not very tall. I also feel that this lady is quite rounded. She makes me feel she's rounded here. She's not so full on the top half, but she's full around here. She shows me she has, so she's shown me that she's a shorter lady. This lady, I want to say, okay. I don't know whether she really liked being in the kitchen too much, this lady, because normally they show me they've got an apron on when they're in the kitchen, so I don't feel, I'm trying to see if she's got an apron on, but she hasn't really. So she makes me feel that she would just do her job that she had to do in the kitchen. She talks about liking the outside more than being inside. That's what she's talking about, this lady. Okay. I feel that we've got to go back in time with this lady as well. She also makes me feel that there must be animals around her as well. So I don't know if I've got a small holding with this lady, but I know I've got a few animals. But I want to go back. I want to go back with this lady. She's not telling me a relationship to you, but I feel, you know, when I come in like wanting to aspire somebody, can you understand that with yourself at the moment? Okay. So, because this lady's coming in, she's like, it's almost like I want to knock these people's lights out. You understand? And she's she's putting that impression on me as to how you're feeling at the moment. Okay, she's, again, I want to go here with this lady, I want to go the tummy area, but also I feel I need to give you the tummy area with yourself as well. Talking about like a nervous tummy with yourself, please? No? Can you understand that with her then? If not, it'll be somebody around you that's close, because I know I've got nervous energy here with this lady. I don't feel it's her, I feel it's either you or somebody around you. I'll ask. Sometimes we get in the box, and I ask you to think outside the box, because there's somebody who's got this nervous energy. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my solar plexus. I'm feeling it when I'm standing here. I've got this nervous energy. You know, like I just said to you, I want to box. It's like I need to do that just to get rid of this energy. Can you understand that with yourself then? If that's not, it's like I need to. I'm going to stand here doing this all night until we find out where it's going, because she's not leaving me alone. I know, I've just got all this energy, but I feel it's like a nervous energy as well. I'm going to have to just leave that with you. Can I just plant it in the chair in front of you for you, so you can, and hopefully you will be able to pick up on it, because it's like, it's a nervous energy, but I feel, I want to sort things out, and I need to sort things out, and it will then make you calmer, Okay, nervous energy, okay, right, well I'm going to put that to one side then, or we'll plant it on that chair there, because I'm feeling, I know it's with you, or it's around you, and I've still got it, so I know I haven't got this right yet, because that's why they're not taking it away. But I think they will accept me planting it on that chair in front of you. That allows you to just think when you're not in front of people, and hopefully you'll pick up on it, okay? Because if it's not with you, it's somebody very close around you. And I feel it's not with this lady. Okay, my lovely, I'm just going to have a drink here. Okay, thank you. Can you understand Tweedledee, Tweedledum? Yeah, okay. I don't know why I thought I'd give you that, but if you can take that, then you can take the person who's nervous, and with that nervous energy, okay? I don't know why I've had to give you that, but if you can take that, then you would understand the rest. Okay, and I have I want to say German Shepherds in spirit, please. Yeah? Okay. So, and you can take that, so I know you can be laying there in bed and say, I know who that is. Yeah? Or it might even start with yourself, okay? But it's, and if it does, it's about getting rid of that energy, okay, in the correct way, not in the wrong way. All right? So, I've got to give you a birthday around February time, please. Okay, is what I've got coming in. What she's telling me is a birthday in February. She's talking about it being a little bit further afield than close. Okay, but she's talking about a February in. And I feel it's a significant birthday. So I'm going to leave you with that. Okay. when, more like the 28th, around that time she's given me. Okay. And she wants to give you some readings. All right? They'll mean something. And they're bags full. It's not just the food, it's bags full. Okay. And there's something to do with March. She's not telling me what, but there's something to do with March. But I feel that that is something that's coming up for you. Okay? I'm going to leave you with her love and say God bless you. Thank you. I do feel this fire and is for you to get rid of the energy. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to cut. Yeah. Can I come to you? Is that all right? I work with you, yeah? Okay, excuse my back. Sorry. Right, the words I've got is damned if you do and damned if you don't at the moment. You understand that? Okay. And it's very significant for you at the moment. Okay, I've got a lady, gentleman, both, two, lady and gentleman, who are drawn close. Okay, I'm not sure which one. Right, I think I'm working with a gentleman actually now. I thought it's the lady's energy, but I feel it's the gentleman's energy, okay? Now, I feel with this gentleman that when he was on the earth plane, he makes me feel as though he was a really big man, but I don't think he was. I feel that he was big, not in height, he was bigger than life person. Okay. He makes me feel that he was quite well built as well. He wasn't a slim man, I know that. And I know he talks, his hair, it's grey and dark. Yeah, it's like peppered, he's showing me. And he's quite proud that he had hair, but there was something not quite right about his hair, he's telling me. You understand? Yeah. And he's laughing, so he has a sense of humour as well when he was on the earth plane. I do feel that there are animals around him as well, but also birds. I know that he would have loved birds. I'm not sure if these birds are the wild birds or the aviary birds, but I know he would love feeding birds. I know that. And I just feel that this gentleman's coming to give you a big hug. All right, I just feel that you're needing it at the moment. And he says you've been very much within yourself, but when you go within yourself, you go very, very deep. And he says, but that's the best medicine for you. He says, and good on you. He says, he's seen that people have been pulling on you, and you've not allowed it to happen. And he's saying, good on you. You're looking at you. You're dealing with you now. He wants to take you to April. I'm not sure why, but he wants to go to April for yourself. Okay. I do feel that this gentleman, he's making me feel that there is something coming up for you that you're expecting, and it feels quite exciting. Okay? If you're not expecting it, then just wait and see, because he's making me feel really quite excited about something that's coming up. I know that there must be new birth around you as well. You understand? And I'm not being shown the colour, so I can't spoil that one. And I just know that you're going to start living life. And I feel as though I want to put you on a ladder. Show me a ladder. This is symbolically, by the way, I'm not going to put you on that ladder. Symbolically, and I've been shown this ladder, and it's like you're starting on those lower treads. You're starting, and I feel you'll have one step backwards every now and again, but you're now moving forwards. Okay. This gentleman feels there's an excitement with this gentleman as well, because he's making me feel that you're I want to say you're back on the pathway. Makes sense. So you're back on that pathway, and not that you've been very far, but you've gone within, and he wants to give you. I think it's either cocoa or drinking chocolate. Can you understand? Yeah. Okay. I can't see because I don't drink those sort of things. So, but I think it's chocolate actually. Chocolate drink. Yeah. Yeah. And he says, pamper yourself. So maybe he's saying having lots of chocolate drinks. All right. He's saying pamper yourself. And keep that balance within. All right, leave you with this gentleman's love. He's now bringing in the name of Harry, so I've got to give you the name of Harry. It's all right if you can't take them. Some nights I get lots of names and people can take them, and sometimes they don't. So, but normally you go home and then you, as you know. Okay, and I've got a cat. I think it's a black cat. I have a cat here. I don't think it's a kitten, but it's quite a small cat. You understand? Yeah. I can feel it. Oh. Healing for you. Healing. I don't know if you're giving it out or you're getting some coming in, but I know there's, I don't know whether it's you doing healing, but I know there's a healing pathway for you. And mediumship's that anyway, isn't it? God bless you. Lots of love coming from this gentleman. And the lady says hi. She's not showing me, but she's not very tall. Okay? Bless you. Thank you. 15 minutes. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. Barbara, may I work with you, please? Thank you. I've got that saying with Louise, damned if you do and damned if you don't at the moment. I have a gentleman I can't work out lady or gentleman, but I have got a gentleman here. This gentleman, he's making me feel that he would have been under 6 foot. I want to say probably about 5'10", he makes me feel. I know with this gentleman, I want to say he's not large, he's just a natural build. I'm looking at both of you now because I don't know whether it's somebody for you or your family. Okay, let me just give you what's coming through. Right, so I want to say this gentleman, I know he's making me feel he would have had problems with his hip when he was on the earth plane. Okay. I also feel with this gentleman that when he was on the earth plane in his younger days, he's talking about playing football. He's showing me playing football, this gentleman. I also feel with this gentleman that he's I don't want to say there was a massive intelligence there, but he was like an all-rounder person and it makes me feel that he had some balance in his life. Okay, I do feel that his work would have been more studious though than using his hands. What has she given me? I've got to give the name of Bert, but I don't know whether that's with him or around him, okay? And also, do you know who I have now? Yeah, okay, lovely. He's not given, they don't seem to give me relationships, so I just go with what they want. They give me. I do know that he did suffer a lot with his hip, he talked about, because he's sympathising with you. Okay. I feel, it makes me feel that his hip was, it took a long while. And I don't feel, even if he had work done on it, it never really got better. He talks about hospital conditions, so I'm not sure whether that's to do with his hip. I feel quite confused with this gentleman as well. All right, okay, so I'm just feeling confused, but I know that this, he keeps going back to his hip. He keeps coming back to it, so I know. Right. He's making me feel that he was a very active man and he enjoyed life. Okay, this hip, it's like it was his, he didn't like it. And that's all because he just felt it all the time. That's what he's telling me. So, but he says, he's talking about in life, and I suppose this is for everybody really, in life we carry on as though everything's good and everything's fine and everything else. And then we do not know what's around the corner, and then bam. And he says, for him, it was a gradual thing, but it got him down. And he's talking about you being got down because of how you're feeling. But he's trying to say to you, you will get better. You will get better because you have a positive outlook. He talks about when he had it, that's all he could think about was this pain that he had. He talks about quite a few years with it as well. And he feels he was let down by his body. Yeah. He says, as you know, I'm all right now. He says, but it was a very hard life in the end. He said, but I wish I'd have made the most of my good health. He said, I really wish I did. He showed me a car, and it's a low car. I don't do really cars, but he showed me a low car. I couldn't imagine him even getting in it, the size of it. But it's like a, can you understand? But it's I'm not saying it's that low, but it's like a sporty type of car. But it's, oh, we couldn't get in it. Oh. Excuse me. All right, so he couldn't get into it. I'm thinking he would never get into it. All right, okay. Memory links there. All right, beautiful. And he said, and they're the things that are the most important. The laughter that you have. All right, leave him with your love. And your love, his love. Everybody's love. But you're his number one girl. All right, God bless you, thank you. All right. Sorry, I've got to come to you. You know, the first time I worked here, I kept saying to you, you're right, you're right. Yeah, and I don't do that. And I've just said to you, you're right, I know who I've got here. That's what's made me laugh. I've got your dad, all right. Linda, your husband, okay. I had a feeling he would come through because of the anniversary, yeah, okay. But he's talking about it's just another day. It's just another day, and I don't know if it's done this, but it's like, it's just another day. Okay. I don't think I even need to give you what he looks like because he'll impress on me what I need to get through, get over to you. But he's talking about you running water at the moment, okay? He's talking about you running water and he wants you to sit down and think, all right? He wants you to, he talks about your sensitive sides, okay? And he says, you keep everything bottled up. And but he's learnt, yeah? And he can see himself in you, you in him, yeah? But he's talking about, it's going to be like a jack in the box if you're not careful. All right, it's going to be. And he said, you need to go. He says, you do go with him, but not with the right intentions of going with him. All right? But he's also saying, you know, you can come out and say, here I am. Yeah? He says, you're like a duck underwater. And he wants you to stop and take space, take time for yourself now. All right? And you over there, he's around you a lot. Okay, as you know. No, this is his, behind there it's his wife. It's his wife behind there, sorry. There must be a birthday around as well, one of the family members, please. Yeah. And, okay, I'm going to say this. I don't know if it's a family member that we don't get on with. Okay, but you understand. Yeah, okay. He's talking about bygones be bygones. Just make a joke of it and it'll all be all right. Okay? Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about here. It's as though he's talking through me. And he says, just let it go. It's all so silly. He says, life's far too short. And I know that door, the shutter there, I know that is significant with him because I've sat here and I've heard. But it's almost like I don't know if he's opening it like that, putting his head through, smiling, closing it. And he's saying, you're closing yourself out, dear. You're closing yourself off to everybody. And he wants you to put the hand out. But he's got sweeties in it. They're little hard-boiled sweeties, he's showing me, yeah. They've got sweeties in it. But he's trying to make fun of something that needs to happen. Okay. He calls you stubborn. Okay, that's not what the words he's given me, but I'm not going to give you the words he's given me. Well, it's to do with a horse. Yeah. Oh dear. But he says, I really I really want to give you a kick up the bottom. But that's not the words he's using, all right? And he says, I really said, bash heads together. Yeah? He says, because all it needs is 2 words. No, it's 3 words. I love you. Yeah? That's all it needs. No whys, buts, hows. You've done this, I've done that. You've done this, I've done that. Just, I love you. Simple. Well, I can, he is talking through me to you. Okay, yeah, yeah. I don't know what he's showing me here. Well, I do know what he's showing me, but I don't know how to. Okay, I'm just, what I'm seeing, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, what I'm seeing is your head being dunked in water, okay? But I don't know whether you're at the hairdresser's or not, or whether it's a joke with him or it's a memory link. I'm not sure, but it's like, or whether it's symbolic. But that's what he's showing me. It's like he wants to wake you up, give you a cold shower, give you a big hug. Yeah? And he wants to put his foot down with you as well. Okay? But you have free will. So if you want to carry on being stubborn, and he's, as he says, take this to the grave with you, what will you have achieved? Yeah? He loved everybody. He did love everybody. He said, I might give him a kick up the bottom now and again. That's not the words he's using, but he says, I loved everybody. And he said, if I was here, I'd be banging heads together. Bless him. I don't know if you lit a candle or there's a candle to be lit, but I know, well, he's shown me a candle, okay, but he's also showing me a grave. I'm just trying to see what it is. It's like it's not, I don't think it's an altar, I think it's like a grave. I don't know, there's something to do with a grave, okay? Okay. And can you understand a baby in spirit, please? And I don't know whether that's to do with the grave, okay? I can't work it out. They showed me the words on there. Okay, I don't know. Okay. I've got to give you the name of Lily or Lillian. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Do you know what? He's gone. He's gone to the kitchen. Yep, he's just gone. I'm thinking, who are you? He's just gone to the kitchen. All right, he's putting the kettle on. And so I'm going to leave him with his love for both of you. And it's beautiful love, beautiful love. He said, but he'd still like to sort you out. Lots of love come from him. Thank you so much, everybody, for your love. Thank you.
Linda, so much. And yeah, I keep forgetting that you never met him.
No.
Because it was such a character in the kitchen. It's easy to just assume that everybody who's served in this church has met him. But is it all right if I give him the final say tonight, Mum? Is it all right if I give him the final say? Just to back up the evidence.
Yeah,
It's all right, everyone at home's glad to be back at the sound of my voice. They don't care. Mouth like a foghorn me anyway. But thank you so much. And I will give everyone a little bit of proof to what Linda has just said when we close the service. But thank you for such a wonderful demonstration, Linda. Everyone, Linda Rose! So, notices. There's a lot been going on, lot will continue to go on. There is an online development circle on Mondays and Wednesdays at 2 p.m. or Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. as well. That's available. And of course, we will be having tea. You're very welcome. Yeah. Nice to have seen you all. Hope you had a good evening. There is obviously going to be the raffle in a moment, but I would be in massive trouble, and I mean massive trouble, if I didn't show everybody, of course, Bully's special prize. Which I haven't even had a chance to have a note the accent. Yes. They're going to be scrapping over that one, girl, I'll tell you. Of course, every week, Hannah donates her encaustic art for Bully's special prize. And this week is no exception. Here we go. And 3 colours again. Well done. And so everyone who's at home, let me just get it so that I can... There you go. There's a bit of reflection in there as well. That helps. If anyone's never heard of encaustic art, the wonderful thing about encaustic art is that if you look closely enough and look in different angles, you can see different things and different images coming through. And I can actually see fish scales in that one as well. There you go. So that is the final prize of the raffle. I'll bring that back. Thank you. So, next week our medium is... she's actually been with us before, bless her heart, and always a pleasure to have her back on a Thursday night. We're looking forward to welcoming the lovely Gina Sivtins next week, who will be serving... Pardon? And she has confirmed, so she will be here next week. Now, the wonderful way things work is that when we get cancellations and everything, I don't get in trouble for misspelling names. For those that don't know, the last time Linda was here, I called her Linda with a Y all night because I spelt it with an I on the interweb. But seriously, thank you so much for stepping in at the last minute. And I know you've had a bit of a rough week to begin with, but you're busy again now, so back to the spirit, which coincidentally is the name of the next workshop. I wondered where that was going. And of course, that will be on the 12th of February. Wow, I'm remembering dates still. That's amazing. So the 12th of February will be Back to the Spirit, the next workshop. And of course, the week after that will be the Drum Healing Circle. We had a lovely time on Sunday. We really, really did. Banging away and reading wool and all wonderful, wonderful things. And once again, it was the social side. So remember that after the raffle, Spirit does end with tea and coffee. And we've had a donation of a refill of the box of biscuits as well, so thank you. So there's treats. There's also vegan hot chocolate if anyone wants it, because, you know, why not? So friends, thank you all once again for coming. I hope you've had a wonderful evening. We will be sending everyone watching online at home, and then I will give you that final piece of evidence that you don't know about yet. And then it will be the kitchen. But of course, we will close this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under your banner of love and hope and friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we go out into the world, let us take with us that message of love, of upliftment, of compassion and kindness, and also that we are never alone and that we do go on forever. And so until we meet again, in love, in truth, and in light, Amen. And so thank you all, and thank you everyone at home. Thank you, Linda Rose and Tunic, and good night to all from Adi and Inglemells. So there we go. They can hear us, and that they have still been watching. And I've got a message. See, you really don't know. You can't do anything. You can't break wind in Littleport without somebody knowing what's going on. The name Lil or Lillian was thrown out. Cousin Edwina, Lil Nana, or in your case, Aunt Lil. And I actually thought that was who it was as well, so there you go. And that was a message all the way from Wales, so you really can't escape. So yes, that was Aunt Lil. But I did promise for everyone at home, and of course everyone here, as we do the shutdown of the internet before we have our raffle and tea and coffee, a little bit of evidence as to what Linda wouldn't have known. So rather than close the service in my normal way, I will sit down out the way so you can all look at the screen and hand over the closing of the service to someone else. The kitchen is now open. Good night and God bless. So from me and from him, good night everyone at home. And from all of us here, from Littleport Village Hall to everyone who's now getting ready to go and watch the soaps catch up, from all of us here, good night and God bless you.